Hello, welcome. I'm Alyssa. I'm a software dev slash creative. Today I'm making a decision that affects the fate of this YouTube channel. And that decision is I'm not going to be showing as much or possibly any of my journaling process here on YouTube starting now. And let me tell you why. I started this YouTube channel in October of 2017, if you can believe that. With the past couple years we've had, 2017 feels like another era. And up until now, it's mostly been a journaling channel with like a little bit of art and like lifestyle content sprinkled in. In the past, however many years it has been, I've changed quite a lot. You've probably seen it. I know that it's been sort of getting into my videos as I try new things and as I sort of tone up or tone down different parts of my planning process. Not just that, but I've dramatically changed how I use my bullet journal and sort of like other tools that I may or may not use alongside it. Like I've been getting a lot more into Notion this year, specifically because it is digital and it's very flexible, which is really good for planning changing projects. And so when I sat down to plan out this video, which was meant to be my September plan with me, I just wasn't as excited about the journal setup as I have been in the past. And I started thinking about what I want these videos to be, and I thought it was time to just start aligning my videos with how I've changed, a little bit, and try to get more lifestyle, more about the projects I'm working on, more about productivity, which I've been interested in forever, just sort of like productivity, self-development, planning in other sorts of areas other than just journaling. And so I want to start bringing more of that into the content here, and I think it's going to be good. And I don't really know why I've been so rigid about what goes on my channel up until now. I think it was partially out of sort of a fear of the algorithm of creating cohesive content so that people could find me and enjoy it. But I think it's time for a little bit more variety. Now, don't get scared. I'm not like throwing my journal away. I still really enjoy daily journaling. It keeps me on track. The bullet journal method specifically just works really well for me. So I'm probably going to keep using my journal the same way I've been using it. I may even post pictures of it on Instagram. Still, I might do a flip through at the end of the year just to sort of recap everything I did, but I almost certainly won't do monthly setups. If I do a journal video, it'll probably be focused on some specific new thing or new way of using it that I've discovered. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting and new and exciting, and it won't just kind of be the same old thing hashed out every month, which I think is what it was starting to become, honestly. So if this isn't going to be a plan with me, what's it going to be? I wanted this video to be a little check-in about my goals, kind of a little bit vloggy with clips of what I've been working on, and just talk to you about how August went. And August was a big month, a big crazy month, so let's get into it. Also, a little warning, I just learned how to use motion graphic templates in Adobe Premiere, so apologies if this video looks a little bit like a early 2000s school PowerPoint. I'm just gonna have to get it out of my system. To start off my August check-in, I just want to mention that work at my day job was absolutely killer this month. Just brutal. I mean, there were multiple times where I either canceled a stream because I was so overwhelmed by work stress, or I started playing Mini Motorways because it was so calm and chill that I felt like it was the only thing that I could handle. And then I actually really liked it, so I just kept playing it after that. But just a disclaimer, this isn't like an excuse or like shame, but because of how overwhelmed I was with work, I didn't do a lot of other stuff, but I did do some stuff, so let's talk about it. So what actually were my goals for August. So I had a couple of game-related goals. The first one being to implement the game loop so that like a player could start a game, do the prep phase, do the action phase, repeat until the game is over. The second one was to add 2 creatures to my game. So my game is an auto chess game, basically meaning that you have units you can place on your board, and that's a big component of the gameplay. And I wanted to add 2 units that could be added to that board. And the third goal and the last game-focused goal was to implement the multiplayer functionality for the AI, so like the behaviors that the units do, and the loops that I mentioned, the rounds and the phases, should all be synced up over the server, over multiplayer, so that 2 people in 2 different places could play the game together. You know, multiplayer, which I've said. I don't know why I'm explaining this to you. My fourth goal was to take an online course about electronic music creation. I talked a little bit about this in my vlog that I posted in August, but I'll cover it again. And then the fifth and final goal was to outline my next Skillshare course, which is going to be about creating character assets and getting them imported into Unity to be used in a game. So kind of a character creation for game course. I'm still outlining it. And those were my 5 goals. So at the very first day of August 1st, I immediately started learning Lmms, which is a music creation software. It's free. It's pretty good so far from what I can tell. There's a lot of free like resources to learn and to use as like instrument samples and stuff. So right off the bat, I started learning music creation. I made a simple song. I ran through a couple tutorials. And like I mentioned in my vlog, there's not really like a full course on Lmms that I could find. Like I know like Ableton is another piece of software that sort of does the same thing. And there's tons of courses all about Ableton. But for Lmms, because I wanted to go with something free and easy and also sort of flexible enough to improve on, I've just been sort of picking and choosing tutorials and trying to build my skills from there, which might not be the most efficient way to do things, but it's the way I'm doing things. So I consider that goal complete. I have learned enough to make a song, and from here I just really need to practice. I need to learn some music theory, so I'll do that as well. But I think like I've unlocked the tools that I need to do this. I just need to actually get better at it to make some good game music. For my game-related goals, I'm actually going to switch to a voiceover in a screen share to kind of show you what the game looks like now, and then I can talk through about what I accomplished this month, what was already there, and sort of what I would like to finish up either in the next couple days, because it is August 28th right now, or just, you know, push it off to the next month. But I'll do that. You'll be able to see what's going on. So let's go over there. Okay, here we are with my game. I've actually got 2 copies of it here. This one isn't running yet, so I'll get that started. This is what the game looks like right now. There are some little things that don't quite match up, like you'll notice the position of the characters relative to the slices here is a little bit wrong. And that's because it's for a lot of reasons. I'll fix it eventually, but for now, just use your imagination that they match exactly. So we have the player can see their units. Those are these ones with the circles, and then the other player's units are off to the side. And each player has a ready button. Now, if I click one ready button, nothing happens yet. Because both players need to be ready. And so when I click this, it's going to start the game loop, which for the most part is working. You'll notice that the individual actions that the little critters take do not update over multiplayer, and that's the big thing I need to get going. But really, once I got into it, I realized that the server I wrote that handles the multiplayer, it just needs a bit of work. I need to refactor some things and change the way I'm doing some other things. So I'm working on that. But for now, this is what we have, so we can see the actions happening. For the client, this is this player's board, and this is the other player's board. And then they're both in planning phase again because they both finished their actions here. I've also started working on the menu to actually summon units to the board, which is not quite done yet. These are placed just at the start. I've hard-coded which units should be placed, and so that's all built in already. But the game will just keep looping through. We'll see both of these clients will update at the same time, so when they start going and doing things, we'll see if we just wait a couple seconds here right now. So we're both going, and they'll both stop at the same time. And right now it's kind of hard to test since they're exactly the same. They take the same amount of time. I want to make sure that they wait for the last player standing, so to speak, before they continue. But we have a lot of the loop ready, and that was a big goal. You know, one of my big goals was to get the loops working, which is totally done. And then the other one was to get the loops working over multiplayer and to get the AI working over multiplayer. So that part is only half done. So I would consider this goal kind of like 1.5 out of 2 for these ones. And then I didn't think I was gonna get my little creatures done, and I wanted to do 2. My goal was to add 2 units to the game, 1 enemy and 1 player creature. But I only got 1 done, and I'm gonna show you this new one because it is so cute. I love it so much. Okay, so this is the creature that I was working on this month. I'm so proud. I was a little bit nervous because I've never done a bird before, and I was worried that it would be too hard or that rigging it for animation would be too hard. But actually Rigify has a bird rig ready to go, and so I was able to use that. The wings do move, and I can position all the feathers. Well, I can position clumps of feathers independently. The tail feathers all move. These little doodads on his head all move. And I'm just so proud. I don't have any of the fighting AI hooked up, so he just kind of stands there. But let me see if I can get a good example of the different animations here. Here's gonna be a really quick animation of the walking. Oh, look at him. So cute. And then this one is basic attack. Just a quick little peck. Peck. They'll just do this one every time they do basic attack. Just like that. And we have the death, which I don't love. This one's a bit dramatic. You'll see what I mean. It's it's very dramatic, just a full spin around and then flopped onto the ground. That might be a bit much. I might redo this one. And then the take damage is the last. Actually, it's not the last, but it's the last one I'm going to show because I don't have the special move set up yet. But take damage is just like a quick hit, and then they're back up. I wanted to make sure all of the combat animations are very quick so that we have time to sort of play them within the AI tick instead of waiting for animations to finish, which might not be the best way to do it. I might rethink that a little bit now that I'm saying it out loud. But that is my creature, my sweet baby bird. I love him so much. He's so cute. He actually turned out like almost identical to the sketch I did, which is so surprising because it was a very rudimentary sketch. I did not even color it in. Just look at him. He just wants to help. This creature is going to be a healer, so he's going to have a healing move that he uses. So cute and so small. Alright, but that's basically the update for my game. I am going to pass you back to the rest of the video. So here we go. And we're back. Looks pretty good, right? I'm very proud of the game. It's coming along so well. I've been really slow this month and that doesn't feel great, but if I look at sort of the overall picture of what I've accomplished, it's a really nice feeling to have done so much this year. Now, the last goal I had for August was to outline my Skillshare course. I did do this. I didn't finish it like I had wanted to. I wanted to have a whole complete outline so I could just start filming it in September, but I just didn't get to it. I got through several of the sort of foundation videos that I'm gonna need to make so people understand what is happening, what the course is about, and all that. But I didn't complete it, so I'm gonna say yes on this one, just because I feel like I put a good amount of effort into it, and some of the course is outlined. So that's basically what I wanted. I'll have to keep working on it, but I don't feel like this month was a wash in terms of this goal. So I'm gonna say check off that one. So how did I do on my goals for August? By my tally, I got about 3.5 goals done, which, if we're going off the public school grading system, that's a 70%. That's a C. We're technically passing, which is good enough for me. All in all, it was a really difficult month, and the fact that I got so much done, even feeling kind of the just full body stress response that I felt most days this month, I feel really good about it. And like, don't worry about me. I'm taking time for myself. I'm making sure I'm relaxing. I've been doing my exercise. I just don't want anyone to worry, because in the grand scheme of things, I'm doing great. It's just that we have some very strict deadlines for certain things, and the months leading into November are always the worst for the industry I'm in. And by worst, I mean busiest. Ideally, they're the best for like making profit, and that's a good thing, but you know, it depends on the perspective you look at things from. I'm still setting goals for September, but I'm planning to put out a video like this where I just sort of talk through them and prepare, you know? Maybe I'll do it as part of a sort of vlog of the first week. That could be fun. I don't know. I've made this decision to shift away from journaling content, but I haven't really investigated what I want to start doing. So it's going to be an experiment, and I hope that you'll stick around to see how it goes. If you'd like to see what I come up with next, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like if you liked the video, or not if you didn't. But that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back soon with another new exciting video, and I hope to see you there. Bye bye.